the one that's most solidified the most is Kansas City. Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes. But if you look across that list there with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they're solid. Josh Allen, I think he needs a better offensive coordinator and he needs a running game if he's going to continue the success that he has, because that AFC conference is getting a lot deeper and a lot tougher. And I don't see them. And Josh Allen isn't really considered a top 3 quarterback right now, currently right now, compared to other analysts are saying that, it's Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Trevor Lawrence. So if that doesn't say anything right now, that should wake up a lot of the other teams in the AFC right now.
So I don't think it's about him as much as it's about the people that they've been putting, the organization has been putting around him, as far as coaching, staff, like all of that. But the advantage is they've got him locked into his long-term deal. Patrick Mahomes is locked into his long-term deal.
I think he has the best contract. And I think he has the best model of a contract for a top-tier player.
Yep. Also, Joe Burrow's coming up this offseason. He should be getting a new contract.
Yes.
So even though they have the right guy, and they afford the right guy.
That's the biggest thing to know is, like, is it worth the money? And as we get ready to talk about more, but like the Bengals, Joe Burrow, they were talking about it's going to command a lot of money, but is he they might end up losing T. Higgins this offseason. Jacksonville's possibly making a run at him.
Yep, they've got Higgins, they've got Burrow up, they've got a couple of Erine up, and then next year they've got Jamar Chase up.
And Joe Mixon.
Yeah. And then with the Chargers, like, you don't know what's going to happen with Keenan Allen. They're talking about trading because he's so expensive and injured all the time. Herbert's going to be getting that new contract soon. So, like, it kind of separates it out for me. Like, the Chiefs and the Bills, they've paid that top quarterback money and they're still putting a team. What are these other high-performing teams going to do when those rookie contracts run out?
I don't know. And that's what makes a great team, and that's what makes a good GM and a good head coach, because that's what we talk about a lot, which is that leadership that they can forecast and restructure deals and start having those conversations with those players ahead of time, and they're able to leverage those relationships that they have with those players and say, hey, man, what's more important? Yes, I want to put more money in your pocket, or do you want to win more games and put more money in your pocket, which will get you more endorsements and possibly make a run for Super Bowl?
Well, and that's what the conversations with the Chiefs and McKinnon is about right now. So he came out and said when he left the 49ers, nobody wanted him. He got one phone call. It was from Brett Veach. Brett Veach said, come play for us. So he was estimated to be making like $4 million. He took a deal for $1.2 million, came over here, killed it, ended up becoming a captain of the team for the playoffs. And now his contract's up, but people are saying, like, okay, do you get that hometown discount to that team, the one team that believed in you and gave you a shot at that Super Bowl ring? Do you take less money to stay there, or do you go cash out and, because he's already 31, and try and play the rest of your career with another team that's not Patrick?
Yeah, you make a good point. You make a solid point on that. I think that's a good way to look at it, because even you could go on and on about the Chiefs and just how great that organization is, and I feel like that's a big blueprint for the organization and a lot of other organizations to model from, just because, man, the way you guys develop your players and the way you bring players in, like a Juju Smith-Schuster that stayed with the Steelers last year and then came to Kansas City this year, accepted the role, didn't do too much, but did just enough to what was asked of him to be successful in the system that they run.
Yeah, if we become a place where veterans come back, they play for a year or two to up their stock, and they go make money somewhere else, everybody wins in my book.